What's up, guys? Mike here with King of Avalon Follower to do a video about how to fight 2.0. So today, let's give a little backstory. So we've talked about the top alliances on our server. We've got LOD, RUS, HRD. So HRD last night started tile hitting us. Now in our kingdom, we've got a rule where you can't hit someone on a gathering tile unless it's the kill event. So in their defense, totally fair play to go ahead and hit us on tiles. Our guy should have either, I don't know, pulled his guys off the tiles before he got offline. Whatever he did to leave him out there wasn't a smart thing to do. Anyways, they tile hit us last night, scout us a couple times, we scout them a couple of times, so we decide this morning, let's go hit HRD. And you can see right now they're actually scouting me, so here's a good little tip. When someone scouts you, if you don't want to use an anti-scout or shield, before the scout hits you, just send all your troops away. You know, and that's what I'm doing right here, sending my troops away, and I want them to see what I have. And I was really just doing this just for the sake of the video. I really don't care if they see what I have. If they see what I have, that's almost a good thing, because I'm getting ready to port into their base. And if they know that I have X number of troops plus X number of reinforcements, they're not going to go ahead and sprint at me. At least the ones that are scouting me right now, their top players are their smarter players. They're the ones who aren't going to just sprint and attack at me recklessly and lose on defense. However, their lower level players, maybe those mid-level players, like that HRD Sin guy, you know, he's the kind of player who would look at me and be like, oh, okay, his troops are out of his base. I'll go ahead and sprint and attack at him and see if I can kill what's in there, which at his level isn't going to work for him because I'm not going to show up without reinforcements. There's two different options when you go on the attack. You can go in with reinforcements fully loaded and hope someone sprints troops at you, or you can go in without reinforcements. And essentially, once you're in there, just make sure to have all of your troops out of your base, and if anybody hits you, they're hitting thin air. That option, personally, I don't like quite as much, simply because in order to remember that you have all your troops out of your base, you really got to be multitasking really well. And if you even for a second miss one of those marches as it returns, you know, you're gonna be suffering if somebody sprints an attack at you with only a quarter of your troops in your base. Those guys are now gone. So I like to do reinforcements. You can see right there, I've got 99,000 in there already, getting loaded up by a few other people. I'm looking around their base right now. By the way, I'm doing this voiceover after I actually did the fight. Fighting takes up a lot of concentration, as you might have noticed from my last fighting video. It's difficult to narrate and concentrate on playing at the same time. So anyways, I'm looking around HRD's base. You can see they got some pretty high level players. They got a couple of 24s, a couple of 26s, which means they've got tier 9 troops. And their 26s aren't any pushovers. What Guy is one of them, and HRD Mav Girl is the other. And they have both been in top alliances as long as I can remember. They're loaded upwards of, you know, between 35 to 45 million power, each of them, with level 44 dragons, I believe. Right now, I'm looking around their base, and I see a whole bunch of their guys out on gathering tiles. Now, this is something I've never understood about this alliance. They're really smart players. They're really good players. And they always, every kill event, have tiles all around their base completely loaded up with guys. I just don't understand it, because they've been hit on tiles multiple times by my old alliance, by other alliances. I don't understand why they do this, because during the kill event, I never put anything on a tile, ever. I don't even care if I'm still watching it. Someone could sprint something at me, and if my phone lags for half a second, well, there went that whole gathering army. So, anyways, they put things on tiles. I don't understand why. Maybe they either think we're too big and bad, no one's dumb enough to hit me. That might be it. Or someone attacks us, we'll just attack. I don't know what it is. But anyways, they got a bunch of guys on tiles. What am I doing right now? Upgrading. Okay, so I'm throwing on a defensive boost, 20% for 12 hours. Throwing an attack boost, throwing a march capacity boost, and of course an anti-scout. So I'm hoping now that when I pour it in, it's going to shake things up. People will be confused. Did he get more reinforcements before he came? Did he not? You know, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Or some of these mid-level players like that HRD CIN guy, Kin, whatever his name is. Nice little Alliance teleport pack. Those are 50 bucks a pop. Thank you, Warlord, for spending the money on that, or 50 euros a pop. I've never seen one, unfortunately. I would love to. I don't spend too much money on this game, but I think I would buy one of those. I hear they come with 15 teleports. Anyways, right now, myself, Warlord, the Professor, all level 22 to 24 strongholds, with I'm the lowest with only 20 million power, all the way up to I think 30 million power is where the Professor's at. We're going to port in, and we're just going to unload. We're going to try to get a little bit of revenge. We're going to try to, obviously, boost our kills. I forgot to check what my ranking is throughout the duration of this video, but anyways, we're going to go take a look at that. And stick around to the very end of the video because I got a real nice surprise for you guys about a nice little hit we did. A huge rally, had nearly 1 million of our troops in it. We ended up losing 300,000. The other guys lost 200 and something thousand. We still won it. Not sure how the game figured we won the rally. I assume because we had more troops standing at the end of the rally than they did, but that guy that we hit lost 17 million power. I lost 25,000 T8 infantry troops myself. That one stung. Not to the hospitals, straight lost. So, anyways, I can see right here, this guy, this tile right here, this is HRD What Guy, one of their strongest players, someone who's also been a thorn in my side for a long time, back when I was in my old alliance, and he attacked our leader, and, I don't think he zeroed him, but he wasted at least probably a good 80, 90,000 troops. This guy right here, we were attacking some other alliance completely unaffiliated with them, and he scouted one of us, so then I scouted him, and then he was like, how dare you scout me? And all I could think to myself was, wait a minute, that's the game, and you scouted us first. It's not like we, were unprovoked. Anyways, so I see this guy, HRD What Guy. I see our scout trails running away from it, and for some reason he hasn't called his troops back yet, so maybe either A, he's trying to bait us into it, and maybe that tile right there has one of his full marches on it. It's another good strategy. On one of your farming tiles, throw out your full maxed out march on it, okay, and hope somebody thinks that it is just a normal gathering tile with maybe a few thousand troops in it, and they'll hit it, and you get a defensive win. The only thing you got to remember, even if you have an anti-scout on, you can always scout a farm tile, always. So, right now I'm verifying with one of my other players that we're still planning on going, Warlord. We're going to port up together. I've already looked at the location. You can see a couple of those guys after they got scouted pulled their tiles off, but not everybody. So, I want to hit the most valuable target. Look at that, 35,000 T8 troops. Those are strong troops right there. Those are the strongest troops I have. So, I want to hit the most valuable targets first because I want to do the most amount of damage. After you've caused damage, it's only going to take these guys a minute or so, especially since they're already online, kind of passively fighting us as is, monitoring us and scouting us, as you saw earlier. It's only going to take these guys a couple minutes to mobilize you. Once you teleport in, if they're not dumb enough, which these guys aren't dumb, if they're not dumb enough to sprint and attack at you and you win on defense, what they'll do is they'll rally you, which means that you're going to have a 5-minute window before that rally kicks off to do a couple of things. A, you want to obviously hit as many targets as you can. B, if you've cleared out a castle, take all its resources if you possibly can. If there's a lot in there, get the resources out. Or C, you can throw a shield on once that rally launches, or just before it launches, take a random teleport. So, if you've got more shields, use the shields. If you've got more random teleports, do the random teleports. That's another one I like too, because it kind of just throws them off sometimes. Oh, well, maybe we've got this guy on the ropes. He's running. He's not coming back. And then, boom, you port back in. You're good to go. So anyways, here we go. Teleporting in, instantly attacking this guy. Just saw the scout report. 111,000 of my troops going in. I'm not going to full sprint at his base, but, if he's offline right now and his phone vibrates, it's going to take him a good 15 to 20 seconds to get his phone out of his pocket, turn it on, get the app uploaded, right, and loaded, and then actually have enough time to get out to this screen and then call his troops back. So if I can just get that under 20 seconds, I have a feeling even if he does get online, there we go right there. Whew, I lost 443,000 power, ouch. Anyways, I took down his 35,000 bowmen, and even though I sent nearly 3 times as much as him, he still put up a hell of a fight. Why? Guys, at level 26, I'm sure his university is far more upgraded than me. I'm sure his gear is far more upgraded than me, and I know that his heroes are all purples. He's got 4 purple heroes. I do not. And you can see right there, like I said, as soon as I ported in, boom, they're instantly rallying me. So I've got 5 minutes, or unless they cancel their own rally. So right now I'm going to see who can I hit. I want to hit whoever's close to me. This Immortal 1 guy, another strong player, got a level 22 castle, I believe. Want to hit this guy not only because he's close, but just simply because he's a strong player. And we want to try to cripple them or hinder them. That's what they do to us. Bring those guys down if we can. The mid-level players, you know, not quite as worried about. We hit them if we can, but we look around. So here now I'm just going to start scouting people that are close to me, see what we got. I took that guy out as well. Only lost a few thousand power on that one. That guy's not nearly as strong as what guy. Okay, healing. I always tell everybody about speed healing. Look at that. I have got an awful lot of troops that are wounded off that first attack. That's a few thousand. So, and I'm sure I lost a few more. Just straight dead. So, I'm going to go ahead and blow some food here. Hurts my soul to do it, but I'm just going to have to go to heal it. And I realize, oh no, I'm actually low on wood. So luckily I've got about 30 million wood at any given time. The freaking barb rallies always give me wood. I never need it. It's so frustrating. Anyways, boom, let's heal it. 4.5 hours worth of healing. And we get that started. Instant finish. I want my infantry back. I need the infantry, okay? That's what's going to save the rest of your troops and let you win battles. So I heal up 180,000 worth of power, all the while being scouted. The one thing in the back of my head, HRD does not have a guy that can sprint at me and zero me when I'm fully reinforced. LOD, on the other hand, even if I'm fully reinforced, with my entire march in my base, fully buffed with defense and attack boosts, LOD's top player could still, I think, sprint at me and kill me, even if I was completely fully loaded. I'm not 100% sure. He sends a little over 200,000 troops in one march. They're all T10s, plus his ridiculously strong dragon. And if I had in my base, you know, my 200,000 plus 257,000 reinforcements, that's 457. I would think by just numbers I would win, but I'm not 100% sure. That guy has everything. It's ridiculously maxed out. So, anyways, I don't try to mess around with him. He's out of my class. Anyways, so I'm just mindful of the rally timer, which, as you see, just disappeared. So they canceled one of their rallies. The other thing you want to be careful of when you're attacking these cities is you might have just seen that city, Lady Unicorn's receiving reinforcements from Mav Girl, who's got all T9 troops. So I sped it up a little bit so I'd hit it before her reinforcements got there. But if she had sprinted those reinforcements there, I would need to be ready to recall right away. Because if I hit that castle with her inside of it, that is a wave crashing against a brick wall, and she's probably just going to laugh at me for being an idiot. So right there, you can see me healing again. You can see me healing. I'm going to just instant heal. I use some gold this time. I got a lot of gold. Save some of my speed ups. Getting scouted. We're seeing people teleport in around me. Another rally's been launched against me. People are teleporting in around me. You can see Warlord off to my left up there. And we're just seeing who ends up where. You saw one of our level 20 guys poured in and then poured out right immediately. Not sure exactly what he was doing. Now I'm scouting this Lady Unicorn guy because I'm seeing Mav Girl's reinforcements leaving, which means she's going to either have to instant recall or speed up back to her base and then speed reinforce again. And now Lady Unicorn has no troops in her base, so she's probably... Oh, I guess she has a few troops left. 21,000 left. She's probably not going to get reinforcements this time around because she's such a low level. Her embassy probably can't take that much, and Mav Girl's probably not going to waste her time. So right now I'm getting scouted by LOD, and oh, look at this, another WTGEI, what guide tile. Awesome. Clearly, if he hasn't called it back, and he hasn't attacked me, and he hasn't scouted me, he must be asleep, or completely offline, or maybe he's at work. Poor soul, I know that feeling. That's why I bubble, or keep my stuff in my base. So, anyways, I see this thing out here. This one had less troops. I can't remember what the scout report said. You just have to go back and watch it. So, I launched something at that. I'm checking Lady Unicorn, seeing what she's got. Right above me, who's porting in. And it's another ally, the same guy as before. Thank goodness. Don't want to be getting overwhelmed here by LOD. All of a sudden, if they port in, that's your oh crap moment when you know you're about to get hit. And you either recall everything instantly if it's LOD not working. And if it is working, then you're probably screwed. So, alrighty. So I'm still sitting here, trying my best to, you see Mav Girl's got me rallied. I'm reinforced just enough that nobody can sprint me. This one, Hanar, great Mass Effect reference. Even though I don't like that guy, he's another one that has just plagued us since the dawn of time. But I do like his name. And his farm's account name, which is that one, Hanar. So, clever. I'm just saying, I'll compliment him on his name and his picture with a cute little dog, but I'm tired of getting hit by that guy. Anyways, you can see this time, I'm not exactly sure what happened. I sent out my troops and I hit that tile. I only killed 11,000. I'm pretty sure there was like 30,000 on that one. So I'm not sure why I didn't kill all of it, and some of them just returned. But either way, he's bringing a whole bunch of those home. I hit the tile. I come back. I lost. I can't remember how much I lost. I'll have to do an amendment to this video where I post the numbers, but I didn't get a single loss in all of the fighting I did. And I ended up with something, if you're watching my resources go up, when I go port in and start hitting the farms here, you'll see that I take an awful lot of resources. So I cleaned out Lady Unicorn, and I'm watching that rally counter. I'm going to hit Lady Unicorn, I think, one more time before that rally counter ticks off. I don't want to use a shield if I can avoid it, because if I use the shield, it's going to either lock me down for 2 or 8 hours, or I'll have to break the shield, and then for 30 minutes, there's nothing I can do. I'm at the mercy of whoever is online, which is a scary thing again, because, you know, if someone attacks you and you can't withstand that attack, you don't have a shield as an option, you better dump your troops, random teleport, you know, it's just, anyway, so I'm going to finish cleaning out Lady Unicorn and speed it up just a little bit, just because I'm worried about that timer on the rally counting down. I don't want that thing starting to launch, because if I go to random teleport away and that rally has already launched, then I can't do the random teleport. I can still shield, but I can't random teleport. So I want to make sure I get my teleport off before the rally launches. So my troops are coming back. 25 seconds. You see, well, I'll only end up with like a 9-second window, something like that. Another guy porting in. Amin Mustafa. Good to see him. Now, unfortunately, Amin Mustafa is going to do what I just warned about hitting someone who gets reinforced, okay? He's strong. He can send, I think, 110,000 troops. Someone's trying to reinforce me from way far away. I'm going to send those back. 22 seconds, and I'm just going to take a random teleport out. Cancels their rally. And the game disconnected. That's another scary thing you got to be aware of. Luckily, I think it was just the random teleport that disconnected me, but if it was planning to disconnect, with 20 seconds left on that rally would have launched before I got back in and was able to get myself ported out. So luckily it happened just after I ported. All right, let's see where I ended up. I'm way out here in the middle of nowhere. You can see Warlord posting all of his victories. Now, I usually don't take the time to post my victories simply because I am focused. I am very focused. 10 hours worth of healing right there. This is why I tell you to keep speed ups handy, okay? Boom, I instant heal 10 hours, 400,000 power straight back, 387, close enough. That was a big deal. I needed those troops, okay? You can already see how few tier 8 troops I have after our rally last night against that LOD player where I lost 25,000. He was reinforced by both SL911 and Verking, so we were. You'll see that at the end. There's a little special add-on at the end of this video, but we were stressed about that rally. Our main leader Conquest launched it. We rallied nearly 1 million people, 10 dragons or something like that, but I was still sweating. All right, so I port right back into the same spot. I'm going to finish cleaning out Lady Unicorn. They immediately launch a rally against me again. Okay, smart of them. Get me here for as short a time as possible. They want me out. They don't want me continuing to do what I am continuing to do. So, I launched 2 attacks, and unfortunately my weaker attack landed first, so I ended up losing more troops than I needed to lose. But I still didn't lose that many, and you can see right there, it took nearly 1 million food and wood off that one hit. So I let the troops come back. Ahmed Mustafa right now is doing what I told you. You can see the reinforcements are hitting that castle right before he lands, and I don't know why he didn't call back. I'm sitting here like, no, what are you doing? And I'm like, okay, please let there be flames. Let there be flames. Let there be flames. And instead, his entire force disappears. It's just, wait for it. it's gone. And you're like, oh no, buddy. And I'm pretty sure at this point he just shields. He realizes it, now he's weak enough. Someone can sprint at him. I've finished clearing out Lady Unicorn. I'm calling him back. Amun Mustafa popped his shield, as you saw right there. I'm sure he'll teleport out here in a second. And that's just a tough break. That is why you have to be exactly dialed in, because someone could sprint reinforcements at the last second, and so you don't maybe see it coming in. Or in this case, they weren't even going that fast. I think he just looked away for a second, or who knows, maybe his phone glitched. And yeah, that's a tough break right there, because he just lost 110,000 troops, which is a long time worth of building. Okay, so scouting a couple of different people around the area. Again, I don't want to make the same mistake he just made. I'm not going to hit somebody who's relatively similar to me in troop size. This guy's got 145,000 troops with some traps, and if somebody reinforces him, I am going to lose. And we don't have time for a rally, so I'm just skipping that guy, looking at the next guy. 0 troops, but has almost no resources, not even worth hitting. Warlord, I notice, is gone, and then I see, oh, okay, he's moved over a little bit. He's over there on the side. I'm going to quickly check a couple other tiles around the area. This Paulus guy had some tiles out, and he hasn't seemed to call him back yet, so either he's actively monitoring his tiles to make sure that he doesn't get hit, or he's offline. And then, of course, I see these 2 guys marching up to tiles, and this is also Paulus. So I see if maybe he just launched these and logged off and wasn't thinking. So I launch one preliminary strike against one of his tiles to see if it lands. Throw a scout out there just to make sure I'm not toasting myself. And then the scout comes back negative. He already pulled it off the tile. So, and you can see that rally counter ticking down again. I'm just always watching that. My scout's empty. He pulled his guy off the tile. It means he's actively playing, which means he's not even worth my time. He's simply a distraction. Smart for them. If you got guys out there distracting us, then ideally we're stuck marching back and forth to targets that won't be there, and we waste our time not being able to hit other targets who are offline or aren't able to move their castles or shield for whatever reason. So I'm scrolling around. Where can I teleport next? I got to cancel this rally. That one-hander right there. God, I love that guy's names. He needs to see the Enkindlers, because he's whoever his god is. I would like to make him meet him, but I still like his name. Anyways, he doesn't have Jack. They're smart. They emptied their farms out for the most part before the kill event. That's what you should do, because otherwise people will say, hey, free resources. At the end of this, one guy in our alliance, the professor, I believe, cleared 10 million in resources. Just off of hitting farms and people's stuff. So they left this beautiful hole open for me right here in the dead center of their farms. Awesome. Warlord's up there ravaging people as well. So I just throw a bunch of scouts out. Let's see who's around me, who's got troops, who's got resources. And they don't really have that many resources, but they got some troops. Pisish Girl. So HRD Pisish, P-S-I-S-H, is their leader. I don't know if Pisish Girl... maybe his girlfriend's playing, who knows? Or maybe it's just him on an alt. He has like 7 alts, and they're all named Pisish the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. You can see one right there, Pisish the 3rd, the top left-hand corner of the screen. And it's shielded, so most likely it has a ton of resources. Anyways, I'm going to hit Pisish because this guy has freaking teleported next to me and sprinted troops at me so many times. And he has lost, I think, every time. I don't think he's ever beat me with a sprint. So anyways, I'm going to scout. I'm going to hit that guy. Pisish's girl. If it is a different player, I feel bad. Not really, because, they do it to us all the time. But, boom, lost 119. And you got to remember here now I'm hitting level 10s, level 11s. So they've got, tier 3 troops in there. So I'm going to have very little losses, tons of kills. These are mostly just farm accounts. So I'm just going to hit this stuff. Where I can, when I can, continue scouting, watching for rallies, watching for sprints. The worst thing that can happen now, we're moving into, we've been doing this. You can see my little timer on the left-hand side of the screen. I've been going for 35 minutes. If someone has Verking's phone number, they might be texting him and messaging him, and he might wake up, and, I'm going to need to run or something. So, yeah, and you can see T1, T2, T3, T4s, low-level stuff. She threw an anti-scout on, so I'm not even going to waste my time. There's enough other stuff around me. She is burning, but she could have been hit while all of her forces were out. Then she uses an instant recall, throws an anti-scout on, somebody reinforces her, toast. Not smart to do. Scott's farm gets hit. Verloster Hippie. Gold mine. I'm just scouting people around me and looking at the scout reports, seeing if I can find resources or troops. And we look at Verloster Hippie, 1,400,000 food, 1 million wood, 998,000 iron. We're going to clean her out. She should have had a shield on. She should know better. This isn't just a game. It is just a game. But it's, I mean, come on. Anyways, people are rallying me. LOD Joe Schmo. Rallying me from really far away. And if LOD is taking the time to rally me, it probably means Verking isn't on. Otherwise, that guy spends a fortune on this game. Instant teleports and sprints and stuff, that's, it's just a freaking drop in a bucket to this guy for what he spends on this game. So if they're rallying me, it means that they don't have anybody on right now who can sprint at me. SL911 got his butt spanked super hard last night, and Conquest sprinted his troops at him and wiped out 300,000 of his forces. Then Conquest sprinted another attack at him and wiped out like 100-something thousand of his forces, but then Conquest lost that one because he'd recalled. All right, Verloster Hippie. Good luck. So yeah, SL911's going to be out of commission for probably at least a few days while he rebuilds. He's not going to have his ability to just sprint troops into a fully loaded base like he normally would, which means it's pretty much just Verking who has the ability to instant sprint at you. And if Verking isn't on, then you actually have a chance to play the game and not just be crushed by one guy who's so omnipotent that he makes it so an entire alliance can't do anything. So I'm hitting Verloster Hippie. I'm watching the rally counter. I want to be able to random again. I don't want to have to shield yet if I don't have to. So I'm hitting Verloster Hippie a few times. Trying to take all of those resources you saw. Make the best of this trip. It's expensive to heal. So if you can get a bunch of resources, you saw I already blew 1.5 million of my own food. So if I can get that back, and at least have a net total of 0, no gain or no loss. It's better than having to pay for all my own healing, and that's just a pain. So I think I throw some cavalry because I'm just in a hurry. Yep, still taking resources off, so I'm just going to take a look. Yeah, throw the cavalry out there, get them in and out quickly, try to get those last little bits. You can see my main march is just those Doom Towers. Those T8 siege troops are slow as dirt. And I've cleaned them out. 8,000 food, that's all they got left. Yeah, cleaned them out at that point. Might have had a little more iron in there, but, probably better to just get out of here. So I random teleport out. Boom. We're good to go. Now, time for the little treat I told you all about. Watching us rally down, and I only got the last bit of it recorded, unfortunately. But you're going to see us rally down one of LOD's players that had ported in and was hitting us and was scouting us, and I was at work, but I only got the last few seconds of it. But you can see right there, that rally right there has nearly 1 million people. That guy's got 19 million power. And then the animation glitches and we don't see the fire right away. Ooh, there it is. 17 million power is what we lost. I only lost, 1 million myself, or a little bit more. And you can see how many people
game right here
were in on that.
We all
a lot. We were sweating.
So
I don't know if this guy just went offline for a few minutes. What happened here? I have no clue.
No, the green things are
why he didn't shield or do something. You can see the little anti-teleport thing, but I don't know if he just went offline, assuming because he was reinforced by both SL911 and Verking that no one would be stupid enough to hit him,
we just
or he would
did
just
is
win on
very,
defense.
very difficult.
Maybe he just stood there and took it thinking, I'm going to win on defense, but we
happened.
loaded our rally up
That
with
guy
nearly
just
10
was
people
online at the wrong
and
time, but
nearly
dang,
1 million
that guy
troops.
got-
So anyways, that's fighting, guys. Hope you've enjoyed it.